Hi, I'm Liz Hartman, the CEO of the Lake Oswego Chamber of Commerce, and I am pleased to have you tuning in to hear a little bit more about business leadership development. We're going to start with Alistair Furman, the chairman of the board of the Chamber, who will introduce the founder of the Lake Oswego Business Leadership Development Program.
Great. Thank you, Liz. I'm Alistair Furman, board chair of the Chamber of Commerce. Really super excited to have you join us today to learn about our business leadership program. It's a relatively new program that we're delivering. And what's critical about it is it really helps us deliver on our mission to provide educational opportunities to the businesses and organizations that are doing business here in Lake Oswego. As you probably already know, we have Leadership Lake Oswego, which is a phenomenal program. It's been around for many, many years and is critically important to help our individuals, and then frankly, anyone else who wants to be a part of it, get to know the city much better, how it works, be able to ask questions and experience that, while at the same time learning about some fundamental leadership skills as they're applied, and also to be able to build a cohort of community within Lake Oswego with the fellow individuals who are taking that course. So this past year, we added a second program called Business Leadership Development, and it really it's different than Leadership Lake Oswego, but they complement each other very well. And it really focuses on individuals who are either already managing individuals or are looking to manage individuals or are managing complex relationships across several individuals. And it helps from a individual development of particular skills in a space that is safe and allows you to bring in your real world environment and work with not only a coach and an instructor, but also the cohort that you're with to build these skills around managing self and others, and also help move people through change. So what's really fantastic in this program is that it's not something brand new in terms of created, especially for us. It's actually been rolled out for several years across multiple chambers in the United States. And we happen to be fortunate to have the founder, Heather Ramsey, with us, and she was board chair just prior to me, who built this program out and has tested this program, and it has real world examples and results baked into it. And we are now embarking on our second year of the program. And so what we'd love to do is have Heather tell us a little bit more about it, the reason why it's special from a coaching and facilitation perspective, and how it brings in real world business leaders for each of the programs to give their example of what they're doing in that space of leadership. So Heather, please help us learn more.
Yeah, love it. And as you know, I'm super passionate about leadership and having applied leadership concepts. And so this program really allows you to starts out with kind of flashlight on self. How am I leading today? What's the environment in which I'm in today? And how might I need to change or deepen my leadership in order to have the impact that I'm hoping to have? What's the courage that I need to drill into and dig into to be able to make that happen? It also allows you to take a flashlight on others, and really the second, third, and fourth session really dig into how am I having conversations? How am I motivating and inspiring not only myself, but the people that I'm working with? How am I deepening the safety within my team so that people all feel like they can speak up and share their viewpoints and be heard and move things along, right? We still have to have that accountability piece. And so it really allows you to bring in your real world challenges and opportunities. You're coaching on that. You're practicing the skills while getting coached, which is amazing. And you're also working with a cohort of leaders who are peers to you. And those peers are going to help you then elevate as you go through your path within your leadership long term, and hopefully well into the future, that you'll be contacting and working with them. The program also has flashlight on the whole, and that really is working with change. How are we bringing people and moving people through change? How are we having the best impact possible for the organization in the whole? And really the end of our program cinches in with not only a model for change, but also what are the emotional transitions that people go through so that we can help support them and get them where they need to be faster. Last program portion is really around the impact that I want to have. What's my continued growth? Where am I going? There's an individual executive coaching session that you get with one of the coaches that you've been with. So you can explore that especially if there's things that you don't want to talk with in the main group, but you want to work with somebody individually on. And so you have an opportunity with a one-on-one executive coaching session to move that forward. Things that we know people take away from this: one, you get not only get the content, you're practicing the content, you're in a sandbox that's safe to be able to make mistakes, but also move it forward. It's done over time, which allows you to not only just hear it and put it on a bookshelf on the shelf, but you're actually implementing it and you're coming back and saying, here's what I tried, here's what worked, here's what didn't, here was the impact of that. And then you're also working with people. Sometimes it's folks from your company. So we have individuals who have sent several people from the organization together. You're building relationships with them, but you're also learning together, and you're creating common language around these concepts that then allow you to bring that back into your culture and really deepen your culture from a leadership perspective over time. But you're also learning from different people in different industries. Leadership is leadership, but it also is awesome to get people's viewpoints that aren't in your world and aren't in the weeds with everything, and they can kind of come in and ask a powerful question and have you shift your thinking and build something out in your organization that you hadn't done before. What am I missing? We bring in these amazing leaders, these business leaders within Lake Oswego. We have so many fantastic people who move things forward and make things happen. And you're going to have access to those within each session. We have a speaker come so that you're hearing real world examples of how they're using this leadership and how they have to step into that courage, or they have to step into that conversation, or they have to do something different and make a change within their organization. And it just really brings a great aspect to the program as well. What am I missing? Liz, help me with what I might be missing.
I think you've done this at a number of different places. So can you tell us what your experience is and how you brought it to Oregon?
Yeah, so Health rolled this out in New Hampshire, Maine, as well as Washington, D.C. And really what it does is it brings together these different businesses within the community that have people who are leading others. It's a program that helps them to be able to build those relationships over time, so they can pick up the phone later and be like, I really like how Eric thinks and I want to get his opinion, see if he can coach me around this. So you have people inside your organization that can be attending, but you also have folks outside, so you can have that objective outside viewpoint over time. And really what it's been successful for businesses that can't bring in a program like this to their organization by themselves, but they want to support and help their employees grow. And it really does give an opportunity for that at a very inexpensive price, and something that's easy to get people to, so they don't have to travel very far away to make it happen.
Hey, Heather, how does this help businesses that, for example, have a partnership? So there's multiple people trying to lead an organization.
Yeah, so we've had partners come together in our cohort last year, but also in the ones over on the East Coast, where they're business partners and they get to understand each other, how they work, what are their values, what things are they might be stepping on inadvertently, but also decide how they want to lead together. And it does it in a very safe environment that allows them to have conversations that maybe they wouldn't normally have because it just seems awkward or weird or not necessary, but they need to have them so that they can make sure not to have misunderstandings in the future, and to not have that rub. So they're coming together and they're really leading from a place of clarity, and they're leading from a place of connectivity with each other and understanding the strengths of each person and really putting those into play and redesigning the alliance when needed. It gives them some tools to be able to do that later on as well.
Heather, what was some of the feedback you got from the session you conducted last year?
I think people appreciated that it was real. We weren't doing hypotheticals. It was applying things to real world concepts. They were able to work through, it's not cookie cutter. And so I think they really appreciated that, where we went to where they were and where they needed to go. The coaches that we bring in are all experts in the different areas that we're bringing. So each program is co-facilitated. So it's not just me, thankfully for all of you, it's not just me, but I am a tie throughout the whole thing. But we bring in these different experts that are able to help out. And I think people really appreciated having access to those different folks. And I think that they appreciated having the time to reflect and to really hone in on their leadership, because they weren't taking the time to do that. What is it that I need to do now in my current situation, in my current environment, and also be very intentional of how they want to show up. It helped them move through some of the challenges that they were going through much faster than they probably would have otherwise.
So it sounds very different. So you're bringing an instructor in, but there's a coach there as well at the same time. And so as the conversations happen and towards the end, you're able to pick a coach for a session. What happens if you want to continue with that coach?
Yeah, so that would be outside of the chamber. You would be able to work with that coach and hire them going forward. I highly recommend, as a coach, I highly recommend always having a coach. I think that we have different seasons in our leadership span that we need different people to be able to be objective and be a partner with us and walking there. And so you would be able to work with that person. Absolutely.
And I
Thanks,
see
Heather.
on the website that there are 6 sessions on Wednesdays from January through June. And can you tell what the day looks like?
Yeah.
The hours you're there?
Yep. So it's 6 sessions, 9 to 4. We do an hour lunch break. We really encourage you to take that lunch break because we want you to go off and get to know each other. Again, part of this is the cohort of peers, but it is very interactive. So we're talking about a concept and then you're applying it to your real world. We have a speaker come in either in the morning or at the afternoon mark. But otherwise you are learning and applying, and it's really consistently pulling from the room, the knowledge in the room, but also committing to something that you're going to move forward. And you do that in between sessions. And then there's always a check-in too of like, what did you try? Where are you struggling? How can we help?
And when would we like people to register by?
We need people to register before they go on their holiday. So, our goal is to have people, I believe it is December 20th is the last day for registration. We start January 6th is January 6th is our first day.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry, correction. It is January
8th. January 8th,
2025.
sorry.
Yes.
Yes, January 8th is our first day. So it's on Wednesday, January 8th. So we do want people to sign up by the 20th so that we're able to make sure that we do the pre-work of making sure everybody knows where to go, what to do, how to show up to that particular meeting.
Well, Heather, thank you so very much for this presentation. And if folks want to contact you directly, we'll connect you through the chamber. So that is info@lake-oswego.com, or you can call the office 503-636-3634. And you can always go online to www.lakeoswegochamber.com. Do you have anything else to add?
No, just excited for this cohort this year.
Yeah, hope
Great.
to see you there.
Thank you.
Thank you.